Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Cornder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the two-time reigning NSIC Soccer Offensive Player of the Week, Jenny Vetter of Minnesota State. Jenny, thanks for joining us on Spotlight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get started by you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so obviously, my name is Jenny Vetter. I'm originally from Mankato, Minnesota. This is actually my fifth year, so my last kind of season. I'll graduate in December after we wrap up, and I'm majoring in biomedical science.
Okay, and then what do you plan to do with that major once you're done?
I'm going to apply to medical schools in the spring.
Excellent. As you mentioned, you're a Mankato native. What was it about Minnesota State that made you decide to stay close to home?
Yeah, I think just the overall culture of the program really drew me in. Growing up in Mankato, I obviously have been to a ton of games and grew up kind of idolizing the players. And I think just the family atmosphere that Coach Brian Ball has kind of created here was something really special to me.
The Mavericks off to another fast start this season, ranked 15th in the latest coaches poll. With this being your fifth or your senior season, your fifth season there, how important it is for you and the Mavericks to have a successful season this year?
Yeah, I think it's obviously always one of our goals to, have a successful season and make a deep tournament run. And I think with it being my last year, I think that's something I'm really focused on and kind of just really want the team to kind of do the best that we can. And I think we have a lot of talent and the ability to make that happen.
For sure, with some big wins already this season, but the Mavericks did have a 1-0 setback to Central Oklahoma down in Joplin late in August. What were you able to take away from that contest that helped, and then it's going to help you down the road in later in the season?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a character test for us. Kind of learning what we wanted to be about and kind of growing from that game was really important to us. And I think we've done a good job in the past couple of weeks of just refocusing and kind of regaining that momentum that we knew we could have.
You came off that loss and you knocked off number one Grand Valley State on the road. Do you think there's a correlation there, or was there a message to the group that, hey, we need to, like you said, focus in more?
Yeah, for sure. I think trying to bounce back from a loss and go on the road against a high quality opponent, I think we just knew that how important of a game it was for us and to kind of believe in what we were putting forth and kind of reunite as a team and go get a big win.
You got the big win at Grand Valley, and then you came off with a couple of big conference wins to start the season. You personally are chasing history both in the MSU and NSIC record books. You moved into fourth all-time in points at Mankato, and you are in the top 10 in both points and goals in the NSIC history. What would it mean for you to complete your season as the all-time leading scorer in the NSIC history?
Yeah, I mean it's always something cool to kind of be recognized for and kind of have that. For me personally, I think it's just what I'm doing for my team and whether that's me scoring or not, as long as the team is successful is the most important thing to me, I think. And I think really we just have our sights set on a really deep NCAA run this year. And so I think that for me is more important than some of those records at the moment.
Well, you'll get there in no time if you have weekends like last one where you scored 7 points, but you can't be one-dimensional as a team, and you were not because you weren't the only Maverick to hit the back of the net. Talk to us about some of your teammates this season.
Yeah, I think this past weekend was huge for us, just building confidence as a unit. Maley Mathis, Allie Williams, both had great weekends, and I think just overall as an attacking unit, we found great success and had a lot of different scores, which is always great to see. And just building that dynamic as you kind of talked about, as well as our kind of defensive unit as well. They played great.
So big wins over Wayne and Augustin at home this weekend. I got to know if this one was circled on the schedule to start the season because you go to Bemidji State, the defending regular season champions, this Friday, 3 p.m. What are the keys for the Mavericks victory?
Yeah, I think just kind of building upon what we've already got going, playing our game for sure. Bemidji's a great team, but I think as long as we kind of stick to what's been working for us and kind of executing those things, it should be a great matchup.
You're in the midst of the NSIC schedule now. That means you play Friday and then Sunday matches. Talk us through the team's routine following the match on Friday up to the start of the match on Sunday with that day off in between.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that day in between is huge for just recovery purposes and kind of getting your legs moving again. and just kind of refocusing. You go from your Friday opponent to your Sunday opponent really quickly. So I think kind of flipping your mind and kind of just reanalyzing the next challenge.
And then we get up to game day, the pregame. Any pregame superstitions you have, or any rituals that you do prior to the game each time you go out?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have many superstitions, but definitely just have the pattern that I like doing things in. Just listening to the same playlist, and doing my hair the same, just little things like that really kind of just help me set the tone for my day, I guess.
So does the playlist build from kind of slower up to more faster rhythm, or what's the
Yeah,
last song you listened to going in?
usually it's like Enter Sandman by Metallica for me. It's like
Perfect.
really, really got to get me going. Just little things like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you and the Mavericks. Reminder to fans that all NSIC soccer matches are available live and free on the NSIC network. That'll wrap up this week's show. Thank you again to our sponsor, gpac. Jenny, appreciate you taking the time this morning, and best of luck to you and the Mavericks the rest of the season.
Yeah. Thank you so much.